Hey, this is Mello the Coldest, and pretty much I want to give my impressions on Lost Soul Aside. There's been a lot of things going around about this particular title, long time waiting. If this is your first time here, make sure to like and subscribe just to let you know this is not a review or anything, just an impression. And let's just dive right into it.
Officer, please. He's just a kid.
This is exactly how the gaming community is treating this particular title. And I get it. Everyone does not, has their own personal preferences. And I definitely get that. I'm not here to judge anybody based on their particular opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. I have my own opinion, and that's cool. But other than that, everybody want to call this what? An action RPG? That's what we're really doing. We're calling this an action RPG. And I see why they say that. But this is a hack and slash. Come on, guys. Come on, everyone. We've seen this before. We don't want to go through this again. We've definitely seen this before. But this is pretty much what the community seems to do. And it seems like everyone is like, hey, um, which one you think will win out of the apple and the orange? And that's pretty much what's going on at this point. Everybody is comparing apples to oranges with this particular title. And we've done this with Overwatch and Battleborn in the past. And it looks like we're repeating history all over again. But we already know what the struggle is in this particular game. Like, and this is pretty much what the game is getting butchered, and it's basically because of the voiceovers, and I get that. But it's pretty much just a standardized, generic, like story driven type game. And I believe that this is more combat driven. And that's how I felt about Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden titles, along with Bayonetta as well. But with Devil May Cry 2, I still don't know where to place that. And Devil May Cry 4, remember how long we had to wait just for the next installment just to find out Nero's backstory? We had to wait. We had to at least wait years just to get that backstory. Same thing with Ninja Gaiden. Think about this. They changed Ryu Hayabusa's, like father's name. And that's only in the American version, which is the NES version. His name was Ken Hayabusa, but in Japanese, it was Joe. It was J-O. But they changed that up later. So we don't live in a perfect, world when it comes to like hack and slashes. And I take hack and slash with a grain of salt. But we're not here to talk about those titles. We're here to talk about Lost Soul Aside. And we want to make sure that it doesn't get its genre identity mistaken. That's the main thing that I'm here about. So pretty much with Lost Soul Aside, it's pretty much a hack and slash. And the equivalent to hack and slash games for me are martial arts movies. And that's pretty much like anything to deal with like martial arts, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, my Donnie Yen films, and I love those so much. And that's the equivalent. It's changed to hack and slash game, and they do have cheesy dialogues and such. But yeah, they can be philosophical and such. But there's cheesy things that happens. But the main reason why I go into those particular like movies and such is for the action. Yeah, it's good to have a story to go with it to follow along with, but it doesn't have to be the best story in the world. I'm going in there for the action. I went into John Wick for the action. John Wick does not have the best storyline. It has the generic storyline, and yeah, it comes to full circle. Yes, the actors are doing their thing in there, but I came in there for the action. I didn't come up in there to think about it. Yes, you have your stellar like movies out there. You have your stellar games out there, like Death Stranding. I love it a lot. I love it. And with Death Stranding, like games like those, I come in there with like a mindset of looking for this great like masterpiece of a story. Yeah, I do need my gameplay to be, like somewhat fun. It has to be fun. As a matter of fact, of course, the gameplay has to be fun. It doesn't have. It shouldn't be frustrating. But yeah, I like things like I like games like Elden Ring as well. I love the Souls titles and such. But Lost Soul aside, what everyone is not looking at, or what they do not know, is that this was created by one individual. Like, this guy did all of this, all of the work. The characters was already designed. The levels, majority of the levels was already designed. The combat was already ready to go before he was picked up by Sony. And they wanted to get this game out, so they put a team behind him to get this game out to the public. And I don't think anyone actually knows that story. So pretty much that's what I wanted to cover. I also wanted to cover, the influences. The influence, of course, you can tell that it actually comes from, it comes from a place of Final Fantasy versus 13. And we already know that there's that influence there. You can look at the character. We already know who that is. We know who it looks like. It looks like Noctis. Yes, we know. But also, we know where that combat comes from as well. We know the influences behind that. The way that this game plays, it feels like playing a Ninja Gaiden title. It feels like playing a Bayonetta title. It feels like playing like a Devil May Cry title. And that's what I wanted. That's what I've been looking for. And it delivered. I believe it delivered that and more. And it's so fun to do. I know that not everyone will actually say the same thing. And I get that. But for me, this is delivering. And it's delivering well. It's a pretty much fluid game. I can't even like explain like the depth of like gameplay mechanics that's going on in this particular game with the combat system. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I can. And the way that I can do it is if you play like a Devil May Cry game, if you play like Bayonetta or Ninja Gaiden, you know that you actually have your it's not like a button masher. You definitely have to put together the combos yourself. So there are inputs in this game. And not only do they have those key inputs that you have to put in there when it comes to the combinations, you also got the secret missions. Well, the challenges in here, but I say secret missions because of the whole Devil May Cry series, and that's when I was first introduced to like secret missions, getting a proper grade just to get, like the most out of it. Like if you come up out of it, you get these orbs up out of it, and pretty much when you get those blue orbs, it actually contributes towards your health. And I like the fact that we do have this again, so that we can actually like get more like accessories and such in Lost Soul Aside. I definitely love that. But this is definitely a big, huge like love letter to Devil May Cry. But I'm not going into any more details about that. This will be a longer video if I do. But I do want to express how impressed I am behind this game, because it started out with one individual named Young Bean. And then pretty much Sony actually picked them up and put a team behind them. Hence the China Hero Project team. And pretty much, if you like exactly what you see, just check out the demo. Give it a try. See how you like it. Everybody has their own opinion. I'm not here to persuade anyone on what they should or should not play, but definitely give it a fair trial. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But me personally, I'm loving it. But till then, Mello the Coldest is chilling out. And make sure to like and subscribe for more content.
Guaranteed no contest. Me versus me, the contest. Listen close while I feed the concept and delete the nonsense. In the mirror, I'm the only option. Keep it mellow just to clear my conscience. But I can't in the coldest route, even though the sun is out. Whether the weather shift is way to summer now. I've been around, finally time for me to clear a drought. With another sound of music, the kid is out. So long, farewell, I had to move it to go out of my mind. But the rhyme had to lose it. Details harder to find, gotta proof it. On target as a bullet. Point click, 1-0, computed, formatted up. I'm set to corrupt, you better ante up. Setting in the one drive, hoping to save enough. Expand upon the memory, typically for the remedy. Symmetry, energy, ready to boot it up. A mission set the lyrical bar high. Push past the limit to the finish beyond sight. The black bulletin and make a movie you can't hide. Competition can stand by, you can't keep running to the far side. My mindset. No checkers here, I play chess. This is a win-win, my best bet. I gamble on myself to take on the next step. Another challenge that I accept. Well, guaranteed no contest. Me versus me, the contest. Listen close while I feed the concept and delete the nonsense. In the mirror, I'm the only option. Keep it mellow just to clear my conscience. Time to hop on the good foot, the next step. Yep. A change in the shoe size, my next rep. Deep breath. Working this pen out like a bench press. Mic check. Doing the flow touch, I stay prepped. When I see myself eye to eye, reminiscing, I realize the influence I idolize. Combine check, keep it original every time. Kentucky Fried, born in Mississippi, but raised in the sunshine. Set, go, lo and behold, out of control. It's like a bowel movement when sitting on a commode.